The content you're about to enjoy comes from the archives of The Best You. We're devoted to the very best in personal development, with a magazine and resources dedicated to inspiring and changing people's lives. At The Best You, we work with the world's leading writers and trainers on the evolution of the self, and people whose journeys have been affected by their work and words. For more information, go to www.thebestyou.co. We're back at the Best You Expo, and we're back for another day, and it's been an amazing 3 days. It was a bit of a blur this morning. I was talking to the team, and I was a bit confused with what day it was because, it's just a big blur. Anyway, it's just been a fantastic run. We've had an amazing couple of days. We opened up with Jack Canfield, and we had, so many great speakers joining us after that. And it's been exciting. Yesterday we had Les and Ona Brown. I did an interview with Matthew Knowles. It's just been an amazing experience. And obviously inviting all sorts of guests to come and join me every morning. So if you just at the show right now, you're watching this live, great. If you're watching this live from Roku, from our TV channel, well, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. It's a very exciting journey, and I'm sharing all sorts of ideas every day. And one of the things I wanted to talk to you about very briefly before I start inviting my guests in is obviously, the idea around adapting to whatever life throws at you. I ask people, when I run some seminars and I'm running a workshop, I always ask, I say, how many of you are negative? And no one puts their hand up. There wasn't a single negative person in a room with 500-600 people. It's happened so many times. And then you ask, well, who complains? And then maybe a few put their hands up. Maybe 5, 8, 10 of them put their hands up. And the truth is, and I will include myself sometimes, I'm a whinger. I'm a bit of a complainer sometimes, but I'm very careful and very wary of complaining when I'm in someone else's event, because I understand and appreciate the effort, the work, the energy that it takes to put an event together. But I'm also very careful in complaining when I appreciate that people put a lot of work, a lot of love, a lot of time, a lot of energy into making things happen. And if you look at the speakers and you look at the exhibitors, you look at the sponsors that are involved, people that are here sharing their expertise and their dreams and their vision and whatever it is that they're bringing to you. These are people that have given up their time and investing their time and investing money to be here, to provide you tools, skills that can hopefully enhance and change your life forever. And they're doing that. And sometimes, many times, you guys are coming in for free. You're getting a free ticket. Some of you maybe paid $4 or $5. Maybe some of you paid a little bit more. And I'm very grateful to each and every one of you, the ones that didn't pay and the ones that paid. I'll be honest, I'm more grateful for the ones that paid, of course. But the bottom line is that, there's a lot of love and a lot of energy that goes into this. And for me, sometimes it's a little bit disappointing to see that people complain because, the recording didn't work, or I had this technical issue. Well, that's life. Life throws things at you all the time. It's how you deal with those problems. It's how you deal with those challenges. That's what it's all about. So if you complain about that, if you're a negative person, I'm sorry, this might be breaking news for you. But if you take it in your, that happened. What could I do now? What else could I do? So you see, you're starting to focus and use your energy on looking at the outcome, on looking at sorting it out and looking at being a solution-driven person. It's like if you're about to have an accident and you start going, oh my God, why is this going to be happening to me right now? Or you start looking at how you can steer the car so you avoid crashing against the other car. Well, that's going to be a better solution. So I just want to say this because, sometimes when, we work so hard to put these events together and it is very disappointing. I got to say, yesterday, one of my highlights of my life, and this is a big statement, one of my highlights of my life, of my career, was the beautiful words that Les Brown said to me. I think I was nearly in tears because the man said some beautiful things about, I've been chosen. And sometimes I think, have I been chosen or is this a curse? So look, we've like many of you, my company was literally upside down looking at how we're going to get out of this. We're a company that was dedicated to running live events. Guess what? It's not a business you want to be in. You don't want to be in restaurants who don't want to have concerts and all these kind of things. So for us, it was very challenging. And obviously, we had to adapt very quickly and come up with ways where we could engage in the scale that we engage. And that's why we put this virtual event together. Now, have we had hiccups? Has there been challenges and problems? Yes, absolutely. And yesterday, at the end of the day, I was pretty knackered. But I got up this morning like I normally do, and I put my sleeves up, and you can actually see I've got my sleeves up. I put my sleeves up and I go out there and find the solutions, because that's all I can do. I'm a solution-driven person. If something went wrong, what can I do to fix it? And that's what you should all be doing in life. In life is about dealing with whatever life throws at you. And you can't spend your time complaining, whinging, or just simply, not really appreciating that there's nothing you can do about it anymore. So that's what the Best You is about. The Best You Expo brings you the biggest talent, the biggest thinkers, leaders in the industry. And I'm very excited to bring you so many people. And what I wanted to do, I'm going to share my screen very quickly, because I wanted to kind of share with you some of the speakers. And I'm not going to be able to name them all, but with your permission, I'd like to share my screen to show you some of the phenomenal lineup of speakers that we have lined up with you for this week, because it's a 7-day event. And although I may leave many out, I just want to confirm and you appreciate that there's more than 350 sessions. There's more than 150 speakers. So if you've gone to our webpage and you've clicked to the Best You Experience, we're going to get rid of that. If you go there and you click onto speakers and talent, literally you're going to see a phenomenal list of speakers that have been here, committed, and are committed to you. And I'm going to be naming as many as I can, but they're all here. Aaron Harris, Abraham Heisler, Adeline Freeman, who's done a beautiful job bringing us some influencers, Amy Lynn, Andy Monet, Angelina Nassal, Antonio Garcia, Antonio Harman, Anupma, Barbara Banda, Barbie B. Layton, I don't know who this guy is, Bill Walsh, Bonnie Bruder from Binge TV, Brad Hart, Brandy Vale, Brian Muldoon, Bridget Callum, Kerry Conley, who spoke the other day, beautiful talk, talking about purpose, Karina Cockburn. We've had Carista Reagan, Carlos Siqueira, he spoke last night. Oh my God, that man has so much energy. We had to turn the StreamYard down because it was just too much coming in. Carmel Jean, she's been extremely proactive. Chantel Simon does lots of NLP stuff. She's a phenomenal speaker. Chelsea Colley, she spoke on Monday on the main stage. Chiquita, Christine Blosdale, she's speaking from Australia. She's teaching you how to do podcasts. Christine Erickson about meditation. We have Cindy Galvin. She's speaking from London. I've mentored her. She's done some courses. Very proud of her. Cindy Jorgensen. We have Cindy O'Charles. We've got Colleen Biggs, who's empowering women all over the world, and she's doing some phenomenal work. We've got Connie Ponturo. We've got Crystal Partney. We've got Danielle Bisonetti coming from Canada, the youngest vegetarian out there. He's an inspiration. He spoke at all my expos. Danielle Fitzpatrick. Danielle Rocco, helping armed forces. She's doing a panel. And she's doing some great work. She's got a fantastic podcast, and she does some great work. Daniela Bonet, she's broadcast quite a lot of speakers. She helps speakers find speaking engagements. Dario, he's talking from Dubai. We've got Dahlia R. Williams. We have Daryl Stern. Love Daryl. The Stern. Daryl helps me with vlogging. He does a phenomenal job. Darren Winters, he spoke yesterday, teaching you how to make money on with investing in shares. Something essential nowadays. We need to diversify. There's so many coaches, so many trainers, so many people in the personal industry that are broke. You ask them for $600-700 and they can't afford it. Look, if you want to be a great coach, you need to teach your customers every single skill. You have to be able to be financially independent, and you have to know about the new trends. So for me, that's very important. Dave Meltzer, phenomenal guy. He teaches. He's a great mentor, coach. David Fagan, love David Fagan. David's going to be speaking at the end of the week. He does a JV Summit. I've met so many great people through David Fagan. I'm very grateful to him, and I think he's a great guy. Deb King, Debbie McDonald, Deborah Benefield. She's part of CEO Space, and I will be talking about my friend Bernie Dorman, who unfortunately passed away, who was a big loss for me, and she's going to be talking in behalf of CEO Space. Deborah Moorhead. Deborah's been very proactive. Desiree, Destiny, Devon Blaine. She's been doing some some advertising for us. She's done a great job. Didi Wong, love Didi Wong. You just have to love Didi Wong. There's no other way. You just have to love Didi Wong. Didi's been a phenomenal ambassador. Her first talk was at the Best You Expo in Long Beach. She'll tell you that's where she broke her cherry as far as a speaker is concerned. And I'm not sure if I can say that, but anyway, Didi Wong, love her. She's phenomenal. She provides you mentorship. She's a phenomenal producer. Doria Cordova teaches, she's got a company called Money and You, and She has panels. She's going to be joining me today in a Spanish-speaking panel that I'm doing today at 2 p.m. I hope you join me if you're Spanish. If not, you're going to struggle. And I've got Doug Ivanovic. Doug Ivanovic is great. I love Doug. And Doug he is probably one of the most intelligent men that I've met. He's phenomenal. He's a guy that did Live 8, the biggest concerts on the planet. And he has come up and going to be sharing some great ideas around something they've come up to help coronavirus. So this is a phenomenal talk you do not want to miss in a couple of days' time. Douglas Vermeeren, he's a producer of How Thoughts Are Things. He's a film producer, great guy, connecting me with some great people, and I thank him very much. Dr. Marina Bruni, she is also in the film of Doug Vermeeren. Dr. Sonia Stribling, the powerhouse, one of the powerhouses we have, because we have many. And Dr. Sonia Stribling is going to be at our expo, as she's been as all of them. And she'll tell you, at least she's told me it's the best expo that's ever been. Dr. Atusa, Dr. Fabrizio Mancini, he's actually speaking today. Dr. Fabrizio Mancini is a beautiful man. He's Dr. Fab, and he is Fab. You see that smile? It's real. It's genuine. He's a phenomenal guy, obviously bilingual. He's going to be joining me as well later on today. I would highly recommend you come to his talk. Dr. Faye Wilson. I've got Jan Esker, Latonia Pias, Dr. Leone, Lizzie Rodriguez. She's joining me. She's doing a Spanish talk as well. Dr. Laurie Beth, Dr. Melinda, Dr. Miranda, Dr. Moshe Lewis. We've got Dr. Nicole. She's been great promoting the expo a lot, and I really appreciate that. Dr. Teresa, Dr. Tarsini, Dr. Winston Delaya. As you can see, we've got a lot of doctors. Eduardo Macé, he's joining me from Mexico. Elizabeth Rodriguez Leon, she supports the team, also joining me from Mexico. Eric Johnson, Eric Zuli, kudos to you. I know you're going to be joining us. I hope you are. I love Eric. He's been a great fan, supporter of the Best Jew, so thank you to you. Eric Swanson and Forbes Riley. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be speaking to Forbes Riley in a minute. Powerhouse. Let me just repeat that again. Powerhouse. She's amazing. Gabriel Guerrero, joining me from Mexico. NLP trainer, coach. Gabriel Nosovic. He's actually, I think he's joining me from Mexico or Chile. Anyway, phenomenal speaker. He's bilingual. He's speaking at the Best Jew Expo. I have Gail Kingsbury, Gail Tenniston, Jerry Foster. Kudos to Gail Kingsbury over the years. She's been a blessing in disguise, introduced me to so many great people. So thank you to her. Gertrude Marche. I've got Ghazi Mohammed. I've got Gina, the dermatologist. I've got Giselle. I've got Gloria Natalia, Greg Reed, Guillermo Escobedo, Gunther Muller. Gunther might be joining me today. He's got some great things. He's a doctor, and you want to be listening to what he has to offer. We have Hannah Lisa. We have Heather Buzzard. We have Ileana Semancas doing a talk in Spanish. Israel Duran. We've got Jack Canfield, who spoke the other day about oils, a phenomenal talk. It's recorded. Remember, if you've missed any of the talks, you can watch them. They're in the recordings. And if not, you'll probably be able to watch them on our own online platform soon. Jackie Lappin. Thank you, Jackie. You helped us promote the expo a lot over the years. I appreciate that. James Arthur Ray is going to be joining us. He's going to be speaking on the main stage too. James Dentley. He just joined us on Monday last minute. Phenomenal. Inspirational speaker. Thank you, James, for filling in. James Patrick. We've got Janice Muldoon, who is the other half of Brian Muldoon. She's lovely. They're the powerhouse couple. I love them both. Janice Wright, Jesse Sauda, Jasmine Romaine. We've got Jeff Hoffman from Priceline, the billionaire, speaking at the Best Jew Expo. I'm very excited about that. Jenna Rodriguez. Jenna, we love you. We appreciate you and what you bring. Jennifer Herber and Daniel Martinez. Jennifer Murphy. Jennifer Nigulbe. Jess Lynn, we've got Jessica Jo Rivals, we've got Jill Lublin. Thank you, Jill. Lovely to have you here again. John David, John Shin. John Shin is a producer of the Think and Grow Rich, the movie that we're showcasing today. So that's going to be absolutely phenomenal. John, he's a great speaker. He's very funny, very entertaining. I can't wait to hear John. I love him. And Jolene Swafford, apart from the producer of Think and Grow Rich, he's also translated the book Think and Grow Rich for Asians. Jolene Swafford, we've got Josh Liske, we've got Juan Antonio Perez. I think he might be in Florida. He's originally from Venezuela, speaking in Spanish too. Julie Mae Murphy spoke on Monday. We've got Gilly Rasmussen, we've got Kamale Takur, we've got Karen Mayo, we've got Kathy Murphy, Kelly Cardenas, Kennedy Garcia, Kim Pagano, we've got Kim Yen Jill, we've got Kimberly Meredith. Love you, Kim. Kimberly, you've really been a big fan of what we do, and I appreciate that. King Raj, he spoke on Monday. He's sharp. You can't get much sharper than King Raj. Love him. Christelle Richardson. Christelle, love you too, darling. She is brilliant. She's been a fantastic ambassador. She brings phenomenal energy and works in some fantastic programs. Liani Murley, Laura Butler. Laura, she is the Jamaica queen, actually ex-Miss Jamaica. She's our Legacy Club director for Dallas. She was running a panel. She might be joining us later on today. Lavinia, Layla Luna, Leah Lamb, Les Brown. My God, Les Brown spoke yesterday in the house. We've got Linda Ho, we've got Linda Holmes, we've got Lindsay Wilson, we've got Lizette Cumberland, we've got Loretta, we've got Louise Dockery, we've got Layman. Louise Dockery, she used to work for me. She's a coach. She teaches resilience. Mabel Yam, Mabel Katz, she's a powerhouse. Mabel Katz is inviting a lot of Spanish speakers because we are going to be in Miami in the Best You Expo Latino. We've got Marlene Kay, we've got Maria Thomas, we've got Maria Mambonga, we've got Maria Martinez, we've got Mariko, we've got Marisa Peer. Ladies and gentlemen, Marisa Peer is speaking. She spoke yesterday. She's speaking on the main stage on Friday, the last day. So it's not a talk you're going to want to miss. Marjorie Solson, we've got Mark Allen, we've got Marsha Glate, we've got Marta Maria, Martin Loya, we've got Master Master Daji spoke yesterday. Great. Massive following. Master O, Matthew Knowles. I did an interview with him yesterday. He's talking today. Can't miss that. You do not want to miss that. Matthew David Robinson. We've got Melinda Broadstone. We've got Michael D. Butler. Michael Neal speaking on the stage, main stage. You don't want to miss him. He's fantastic. He's a beautiful person, beautiful soul, amazing coach. Michael Woodworth. We've got Michelle Dewsbury. Love you, Michelle. Love what you do. Love the work. Michelle and Match. Michelle, love you too, darling. Used to work with lovely Ryan Long. God bless him. And she continues the work with City Gala. Michelle O'Neill, Ministry Donny Savage. We've got Moira. We've got Monique Robinson, Natalie Ken, Natalie Lewis, Nicola Smith Jackson. We have Nicole Marie. We've got Noah St. John. Noah, thank you so much. You're doing a great work. Ona Brown. Loved Ona yesterday. She was phenomenal with her dad. Pam Featherstone, Panti Veldi, Patty Alfonso, my friend, who I love dearly, Paul Barros, Peter Sassin, Philippa, Rachel Blunt, Rachel Flory, Raquel Sanchez, Raul Lopez, Raymond Aaron, Regina Gubina, Renee Piane, love you. Ridgely, love you. Great work. Great software. Robert Reed. We have Robert Washington. We've got Ruth, Sarah Davison. Love Sarah, the divorce coach. Sarah Michael, Shadin Jidan. We've got Shani. Great job, Shani. You do a great job. But she's working also with Matthew Knowles. Sharon Lecter. Who doesn't love Sharon Lecter? She was my mentor. She is a big soul, big heart. Chevon, Shini's bringing an LP here. We've got Shondell, we've got Sirisha also bringing an LP from India. She's one of our legacy clubs over there, directors. Sonia Clark, Sophie Marie, Stephanie Braddock. I just feel I can't stop. I have to continue now. Steve Rogers, Stephen Kuo from New Zealand. Susan Poole from the UK. Love Susan. Susan Wexler, Susie Pruden, Tamara Allen, Tammy Jaffe. We've got Tamari. We've got T.J. Breed. We've got Todd Dean. Todd Dean is an amazing guy. He's a big soul, and he's bringing a lot here. So I hope you watch his talk. Tony Boulder, he's my co-host for the week. Tony's a great guy. Tony Savage, Tia Garland, LinkedIn, Tracy Redpert. We've got Trisha Parido, Tristan, Vicky Griffith, Vicky Settini, Victoria Miracle. We've got VR Small, Wendy Kruth, William Mr. Bill Allen, and Yuri Revich. Oh, my God. So Yuri Revich is a violinist that is playing live. He's playing live at the Best You Expo. So I think I've gone through them all now. I think I'm going to need a little breath to just literally catch up with all the speakers. But as you can see, there's a lot of speakers. And it's just a great opportunity, for any of you that are interested in getting involved in the future to join us. So I'm just going to do this very quick break, and I'm going to be with you right now.
For complementary resources from my book, my complimentary e-course, The Power of the Question, or recommended reads, go to www.thequestion.com/resources. For more information on my coaching or mentoring, go to www.bernardo-moya.com.
So I'm going to invite my friend Yuri, my friend. I'm going to invite my friend Forbes Riley to join me now. And Forbes, well, for some of you that may not know her, well, let me just tell you, you should and you must, and I can't believe you don't. Forbes.
Hello, I love listening to you. You're just so wonderful. And by the way, I've got some very young interns who are like drooling over our violinist. Oh my gosh. So cute.
Yeah, he is cute, isn't he?
Yeah, I didn't even notice the music. He was so cute. Just kidding.
Well, he's playing for us. He's doing a live performance, which is just beautiful. And we really can't wait to hear him. So it's going to be amazing.
I'm actually broadcasting this out. I didn't realize Sonia Clark is one of my students. I love Sonia. She's currently training with me. And we're broadcasting right now to my mere 1.7 million followers on Facebook. So smile.
Oh, well, I'm going to be smiling. So look, Forbes is an award-winning TV host, author, motivational speaker, entrepreneur, one of the world's leading health and wellness experts. As a motivational keynote speaker, she's affectionately called the female Tony Robbins. Oh, she's so much better looking. Forbes Riley has created a trusted brand name for herself. How are you, Forbes?
I am good. Tony recently said that he and I should go toe-to-toe in high heels because he tells me his calves are gorgeous.
Oh, yeah?
All right. So the truth is I am doing amazingly well. You and I spoke a little while ago on my radio show, and I spoke all about you last night to everybody because one of the things that I just love Les Brown, and apparently he spoke for an hour and a half yesterday, and then his daughter spoke, and people are just literally, I got messages from around the world saying how wonderful the event was.
Yeah.
And, whatever technical, whatever, I have to tell you, I am so over anything that could go wrong anywhere. We are all should be so gracious and grateful that we have this amazing technology, that we can communicate with each other. Zoom has changed my entire life. I now can we did a thing called a breakthrough training. Bernardo, I've done this a lot, but when you're in a room with people, they're always distracted or they're a distance away from you. Now we can see each other this close. I know if you're on your phone or distracted or you go to the bathroom, you can't leave. And we witnessed this weekend a miracle of, especially this one woman, but of people who've left their past burdens of things that have kept them playing small, not believing in themselves, and literally letting it fall away like the winter snow just melts into spring. And I feel like I'm on such a high. I'm grateful for having witnessed it, for having conducted the class, but for mostly seeing people who are on a mission to change others break through. It's wild.
Yeah, it is actually, and I think obviously quite rightly, not everyone is very techie, and things are moving quite quickly, and software is moving quite quickly, and a lot of people are struggling with it, and I get it, but it's just one of those things. Really, you've got to go with the flow, haven't you? There's nothing you can do about it.
You know what? I actually slept through a meeting not long ago, and the person was all upset. I'm like, you know what? We're done. I have to tell you, I can't tell you what day it is. I can't believe it's August. And if you're going to bitch about that, I just don't want you in my life. See ya.
It's so funny. I was actually talking to my team this morning, and I was saying this was a talk that was recorded on Monday, and they're all trying to argue with me. And I was just like, excuse me, let me explain it again. And then I realized that it was the call was recorded on Saturday because today's Monday. So Bernardo was a little bit lost.
Well, don't join the club, baby. I get it. But I will tell you, this was something interesting. I had this talk because I traveled probably about 150 days last year. You know how many hours? I actually sat down and calculated hours of airports, of Ubers, of hotels, of bad food, of trying to find the gym, of being time changes. All of that lost energy has been now focused towards my students, towards speaking, towards creating meaningful courses, towards changing lives. I'm in the house with my 2 kids who are going to be seniors. I am loving this because I know next year, Mom, see ya. So I've got them here. It is dinner, it's breakfast, it's playing in the backyard, it's doing physical training on. I'm loving all of this so much, I can't tell you. And we're broadcasting around the world, and you and I are sitting in a very comfortable chair with the temperature we like, with the food I want, and now I can really do my job.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think it's a blessing in disguise. And I think a lot of people have struggled with it. And I appreciate that. But, kind of, again, adapt or it's just going to be difficult for you. So what are you going to be sharing with us at the Expo? You're very generous with, first of all, Forbes, you are the real deal. You've got phenomenal energy. You don't age. You look
this
great.
Is why I don't age. Come down here. Come here. Say hi to Bernardo.
Bernard.
Come down to Bernardo.
Hey, man. Good to see you.
Just Joshua.
Got the scruffy going on.
Yeah, I can see you.
Which arm is that?
Whatever.
Oh, come on. No, seriously. Give me.
Listen.
All around the world, they want to see the arm. Let me see the arm.
He looks better than me any day.
I love this man.
Nice seeing you.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Well, he still has a cane, by the way. He just got out of his wheelchair after 5.5 months.
Yeah.
So that has been fascinating to see someone at that level, at the very peak of physical excellence, literally get struck down, hit by a car while on a motorcycle, end up in surgery, in ICU. And to watch a champion. He was on his way to the Arnold, probably one of the last major competitions of his career. And it all went away. January 1st, fittest man in the world. January 2nd, almost dead. And you want to talk about humbling? I want to talk about one of the reasons that I am so committed right now to serving others is I get it. I'm sorry, you were paying me a compliment, but he was coming, literally, you were telling me that I don't age. I'm like, oh.
I get it. You don't have to apologize. He's a hunk. Okay, you know, I've got no hair. He looks $1 million. You go kiss that man.
Every chance I get. You know, Bernardo, I will share a little insight, though. The reason I am so prolific right now, more than I've ever been, and I'm touching more hearts and working harder, is that I am more loved than I've ever been. I don't think, and I don't make me cry, but I don't really think I understood, given my childhood, my history, my choices, that some other human could love you so purely, so massively. It's been 4 years now, so I don't think it's a joke. I don't think he's after me for my money, which was so many people on the internet took massive fun with that one and hurt a lot and made me doubt who I am, made me doubt him. And I'm really grateful to him for proving that maybe there is a happy ending. Maybe there is a Prince Charming for people. And I looked at him this morning as he was just arms wrapped around me. And I said, I think this is what we're all looking for. I don't know that everybody will find it, but this is what they write movies about. This is what they write fairy tales about. And I am so freaking grateful that I did the work on myself, that I finally deserved someone like that, because it's allowed me to do so much better for other people.
Oh, listen, you've been what they call in the UK a grafter. You've been a hustler. You worked very hard, and no one's giving you anything. So no, I appreciate that, and I understand that. But I will say, well, I mean, Richard Bandler, who I've worked with, has a quote which is it's not the most happiest quote, but it's true. It says that every love story ends in tragedy, and the fact is because it's real. Life is real. We lose loved ones, and then at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I know you've gone through a lot in your life, but at the end of the day, I believe that love never dies, and I believe that love simply transforms. I'm sorry, but love simply transforms. Life is always it's eternal, and when I see couples, and I include myself, when I see couples and people that have separated or divorced or no longer together, love can be can translate or can change from love to hatred very quickly. There's a very thin line between love and hatred, but normally love simply transforms. I believe that love never dies, and I think that ultimately, with what you do, with what I do, with what every single speaker does here, which is provide people with skills and provide people with ideas and tips to live a better life, ultimately the only real important thing is love.
I'll tell you what happened, though. This is interesting because you can be a very professional, famous speaker and motivator, and you can do that for a variety of reasons. You can want the accolades. You can want to prove something. There's a lot of reasons. And I'll tell you what shifted for me, because I think I had aspects of all of that throughout my life. Now that the love part is here, that now gets translated to students in a way that's never happened before. And consequently, I get it back.
Of course.
Wow. I know this is like, oh, wow. Didn't know this was always here. All right. You asked me what I'm doing today. So number one, I've got a breakout room. You know why? Because I did just turn 60 and I am more fit and healthy than I've ever been before, without going to the gym, without making myself nuts, understanding about balance. One of the things that I created was I created a way not to be in hell all the time. So I created this. This is my favorite journal. It is simply a book for what you eat and for what's eating you. It's a no diet program, Bernardo, because I changed the word diet. Diet now means decisions I eat today. You can eat anything you want on this book. 6 weeks, you will lose 30 pounds. Almost everybody does that. Some people do more. And I'm loving that. And you do that and you mix a little bit of, oh, did I have a Spingym here?
I love it.
That?
It doesn't matter where you are, always one of those pop up. But they work. They work, Forbes.
Let me tell you something. Not only do they work, and I can prove the science, and obviously Joshua uses it, but what else looks as sexy in a Zoom call or a StreamYard? I'm sitting here working out, and I will tell you, Bernardo, yesterday I had about 65 people on a Zoom call. I do this thing on Sundays, and everybody was doing it, and I'm like, yes.
Well, I just want to give you the opportunity. I'm going to come off the screen so you can do the stretch. Just bear with me, okay? Off you go.
Now I'm getting to do the whole pitch. All right, guys, here's the deal. you're all sitting in your home. You're going through a time in life where it's a little scary. The best thing you can do to fight whatever's going on is, number one, your mindset, so you don't get overcome with fear. And number two, to nutritionally feed your body and to move it. And so I created a crazy little product called a Spingym. And it might look like it does nothing, and that's okay. When I first saw it, what could that possibly do? The science behind the fact that this spins makes it so different from a resistance band. Ooh, and I'll tell you something. I had a resistance band slip off my foot and shatter my nose. My beautiful nose went boom. So I set on a path to find something. But the most important part of the path for me was my why. So I grew up in a time with fast food and TV dinners and fast food. Literally, my parents didn't have a whole lot of money. So to us, going to McDonald's was a big treat. Who knew? My mom was 260 pounds my whole life. And I could see the veins in her legs, and they were larger, and she always wore muumuus. And I was always really embarrassed. And I was also kind of chubby or zoftic, or every word you could imagine. I just got bullied, and it was really hard. I even went to Broadway as an actress, soap operas, and I got bullied there because I was working with Meg Ryan and Julianne Moore, who literally looked like toothpicks. I wasn't even all that overweight, but I was overweight compared to a toothpick. And I went to Overeaters Anonymous, and I struggled so much. You know what struggling does? And it eats away at your soul. It eats away at your self-esteem. So many people say, "What, Forbes, haven't you always been there?" I was like, no. Let me tell you. I would cover up, I would hide, but I knew I had something inside of me. And that's got to be the greatest waste in life. If you've got a gift and either you don't choose to share it, or for some reason it's stifled, and then you die with a level of regret. So I hate diets. I, for a period of my life, went on everything. Scarsdale, the fruit, embarrassed myself to no end. And I was always a loser. Yeah, I lost a few pounds and I gained a few more. And I changed something. I said, you know what? It isn't that I don't know the difference between broccoli and brownie. I just don't want the broccoli. I want to eat the brownie because of emotions. And then I went on this journey and wrote this thing. And it's about, if you bite it, write it. And my world changed. And you know what, Bernardo? I am 60 years old. I wear a size smaller than I did in high school. I don't diet, I don't freak out, and I live a beautiful life. And my goal here is whether you get either one of these is irrelevant. It's about mindset and getting you to love your body wherever you are.
Well, Forbes, you're going to be sharing that today in one of the breakout rooms, and we're very excited. And Michael D. Butler, got to say, showed your book yesterday, Beyond Publishing. He showed your book, yeah. So, Forbes, you're also going to be sharing on the main stage. You're talking when?
On the 4th, and I cannot remember exactly the time.
Okay, well, tomorrow morning, we'll be announcing you in the morning. Okay, great. So you'll be here on the main stage. Well, Forbes, I'm going to let some of the other guests. I'm so excited, so delighted to have you here. Thank you so much for your positivity, energy, love, and everything you bring.
Well, I will tell you, maybe it's your voice, the sexy beard, the goatee, or the eyes. I'm not quite sure what it is, but you, my friend, are so mesmerizing. I wish you all the best, and thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. I said, I've got to say, I removed myself instead of you, Forbes. I was still kind of like, not knowing what, but I wish all my guests said compliments like that. I've got to say, I'll be honest. I talk about honesty in my book, The Question. And I think it's one of the things that people struggle with, honesty and being congruent. Those are the two things that I normally share. Being congruent is, I say to a lot of people in personal development, read your own book. Read your own book. Why? Because a lot of people talk about happiness and they're miserable. And then a lot of people have written books about success and they've never been successful. So being honest and being congruent are the most important things that you can have and you should have. And I think when you have good friends, you want them to be honest with you. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to come from a place of love. Because if you're honest and you're coming from a place of love, it can only be good. So I'm going to invite my next guest. I've got someone waiting here for a few minutes now who's super duper. John Shin, I want to see your face if you're ready to jump in. And I'm going to do a very quick intro on John. So John Shin is an amazing guy. I met him at quite a few events over the years. And so John is an entrepreneur, philanthropist, executive producer, author, motivational speaker, and critically acclaimed business coach. He captivates the audiences with his sense of humor, the contagious energy that he keeps people on the edge, on their seats after 12 hours of intensive mentorship. He really is. He's fun. He's entertaining. He's engaging. He's a phenomenal mentor. He's a very successful entrepreneur, a very successful businessman. And apart from that, he says himself, John, that he basically, it all started with Think and Grow Rich, reading the book. And then he managed to get the rights to write the Think and Grow Rich of the book for agents. And he's even produced a film, which we're going to be showcasing today. So I'm going to bring John in, because I can see him. John, he invited me to his house a couple of times, and I've seen him. And I've got to say, guys, since he saw me, he's trying to look like me. And you can just there you go. There you go, John.
Hey, look at that, my brother. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. How are you, man?
It's like a brother from another Asian mother.
That's right. Look at that. Fu Manchu, sensation at your service.
John, so great to have you. You know what? One of the most exciting things for me when we were looking originally at you speaking at the Expo was to have you, because I remember I think I saw you at an event of Greg Reed, and in San Diego, he's Secret Knock. And then I think I saw you in Ryan Long, God bless him. I think that you spoke at one of his events as well, City Gala. Right. And I met you both there, and I thought, he is just a very funny, entertaining guy, but he speaks so much sense. And obviously, as I said, I shared a little bit about you and what you do, and the whole thing about Think and Grow Rich. So first of all, congratulations, John, because you've had a beautiful, phenomenal career. You've got a lovely family. And you're the real deal, because I think we've discussed this a lot of people. I think you and I have discussed it, that we've recommended people to read their own books, haven't we?
That's right. That's so true, isn't it? Talk the talk, walk the walk, right?
Yeah. So, John, we're very excited to showcase your movie. But tell us a little bit more about the Think and Grow Rich, how it impacted you, and then obviously, the fact that you've done it, translated it for Asians, and the whole movie, because it's just been phenomenal.
Yes. Well, first of all, when you look at the book, it was written by Napoleon Hill during the Great Depression. One of the biggest times of our lives where people face some of the greatest adversities. So, today there are so many platforms, books, there's podcasts, there's YouTube, there's Google, where people could go and get content. Well, in the early 90s, when Arlene and I, my wife, wanted to become entrepreneurs and start our business, people weren't as generous back then. People weren't as open to share information and content. So the only thing we could turn to was reading lots of books, and someone suggested to read a book called Think and Grow Rich. So we did. We embraced it. We read it every day. We applied the principles, which most people don't even do. They read, but they don't apply. Or they read, they don't act on those principles. And so we did. And it's crazy that almost 26 years later, that we went back to the Napoleon Hill Foundation and asked if we can get the rights to make the movie based on the original book. And surprisingly, they did. They granted us the rights. So I think we're the only entity on the face of this planet that has the right to use the name Think and Grow Rich, the legacy. We've got the word the legacy in there, where we can do that around the world. And so it's just crazy, how that book has impacted us at every level. When we say rich, Bernardo, you and I know that it's not just financially rich, but to be rich in all aspects of your life, to be rich in marriage and relationships and love and faith and health and so forth. So yeah, it's crazy, and so, and one of the things that I want to share with people real quickly as a takeaway is to learn, one of the things we did is we went around and showed the movie everywhere. People would ask and say, how did you do that? How did you get the rights to the movie, and how did you, how? And the takeaway there is to ask, right? Most people don't ask without fear. And so people always have fear of the outcome of saying no, but what do you have to lose? We had nothing to lose. And it's crazy that, you've got 8 billion people on this planet and not a single person asked the foundation to make a movie. And so it's crazy that you just sometimes have to ask, and you just never know what the outcome is going to be like, And so, but I'll tell you what, I am grateful. I hope that the whole world tunes into the Best You Expo, because what better time than now, like right now, where someone like yourself and your team and all your staff has put so much into putting this event together. People have no idea. They just think you just turn on a couple videos and poof, you got a whole expo, right? Not realizing how much work it takes behind the scene. And I know, I can't imagine the stress that you and your team for this moment this week, where you're sharing so many amazing speakers and thought leaders and mentors and coaches and experts. What better time than now? That during a quarantine, and I'd say to people that, hey, during a quarantine, during this pandemic, if you don't come out of this pandemic with some new knowledge, a new skill, a new business, or a side hustle, then you didn't lack time, which has always been the excuse, right? They always say, I got no time right now, John. You know how busy I am? Well, then now you got all the time in the world. So you can't say that you didn't have time, but you lacked discipline. And most people don't have the discipline. And so I think right now is a time for everyone to tune in, to make the investment, your time, money, whatever it is, your energy, effort, and tune into the Best Expo and listen to some of these speakers, right? I mean, just a few minutes ago, I think Forbes Riley was out there sharing her content, and what a great story she's got. I mean, you got some amazing, seriously, like, Bernardo, you have gone beyond to put and assemble a list of speakers and content that no one has done that here thus far in this country during a time of crisis. So I applaud you really for putting all this time in to help people right now.
Thank you.
Because people need this content. What do people need right now? They need money. Yeah. Right? I mean, they're turning to the government and they get excited about $1,200. Well, if they went and got $1,200 on a stimulus package, imagine starting a business and making that kind of money and getting residual and toilet paper, for crying out loud, right? I mean, that's my background. I mean, I'll throw you a roll of toilet paper if I need to, just for you to get into the Best Expo and listen to this stuff, man.
Well, that might help. That might help, John, because we've had listen. Thank you so much for your kind words. And I got to say, I did go on Amazon.com to see if they've got an expo already packaged and done, but they didn't. So I had to go and do it myself. So the bottom line is, there's a lot of work, John, and you know what? You'd be surprised. We have invited thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and very few have shown up. Very few shown up. And for me, it really is shocking. When you look at the lineup of speakers, what we're bringing, I don't know what people are watching. I don't know what people are doing. But look, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's the success appears to those that show up, that put the work in. So, John, listen, I'm very excited. I can't wait to hear your talk, and you're speaking on
tomorrow.
Oh, you're speaking tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah,
so
tomorrow.
I can't wait to hear your talk. I can't wait for us to show your movie tonight. It's at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I know we're going to have 10, 15 minutes before, so you can do a little intro about the movie and explain how it works, which is super duper. So tune in. It's going to be happening here on the live stage at the Best Expo. So, and I appreciate very much, John, your energy, what you bring, your words, and allowing us to show your movie tonight. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you, my friend. See you soon. Speak tomorrow. Take care.
Right on.
Bye. Bye.
For more information on collaborating, partnering, sponsoring, supporting, or speaking at any of our events, or finding out more about our legacy clubs, go to www.thebestyou.co. If you're interested in finding out more about the amazing content we have, please go to www.thebestyou.online and get your 14-day free trial now.
So we're going to carry on. We've got another 10 minutes, and I'm going to bring in another guest because they're lining up here. And I'm going to bring in Doug Vermeeren. So, Doug, if you're ready, I'm going to bring you in. And if you're not ready, well, I'm going to probably bring you in as well. Because, yes, Doug, he's a pro. So he's pretty much born ready. Let me see. Yes, there he is.
We're going to have some fun. And you know what? If you're not ready, everyone can get ready. We're here to support each other. So that's great. By the way, I love John's toilet paper. That's hilarious.
Well, every time, it's so funny. I logged into him a couple of times, and no wonder they ran out of toilet papers. I think John, because he's got a big house.
He's got it all there.
He's got it all. But he's doing really well. I think his finance company is doing really well because he offers a toilet roll for everyone that enrolls, and there you go.
Everybody needs it, right? Like, it's building on the essentials. Well, thank you so much for having me, and I'm so excited also about the Expo. As you know, I'm a big fan of what you're doing, and we've been happy to support before, and we're happy to be back again. So
thank you so much, Doug. So Doug, referred as the modern day Napoleon Hill, Douglas Vermeeren shares strategies to how to connect with the highest level achievers and expand your network to grow your business. These award-winning entrepreneur training programs have been rated among the best in the world. Douglas has authored 3 books, in the Guerrilla Marketing Series. He's a regular featured expert in Fox, CNN, ABC, NBC, CTV, and CBC, and others. But apart from that, he's a very prolific film producer. So, Doug, we're very excited to have you here. And what are you going to be, apart from your talk, we're also going to be doing a small feature on your movie as well, which we're very excited and we're very honored. And because we want to bring people, well, the movie is phenomenal, and also because you've got the most amazing lineup of people in it, Yeah. So we're blessed, and that's kind of what we want to bring people. We want to bring it. We want to bring these ideas, and we want to bring people like you who are producing, because it's not easy to produce. These kind of films, have put them together. So congratulations and kudos to you. So what are you going to be sharing, and what's going to be happening as well regarding the small preview on your movie?
Sure. So just talking about the movie, right now we're outselling the original movie, The Secret, by 3 times. We've just got the book deal that's now been done as well. So it's going into multiple languages. I've been fortunate enough to be involved in, I guess now 4 of the top 10 personal development movies of all time. And because this one's surpassing The Secret, they're saying that How Thoughts Become Things is going to be the number 1 best-selling personal development film of all time. And I think one of the reasons why it's been so successful, not just because of the extraordinary cast, but it's really been built to, how should we say, dial into the learning style that people really use. And those that join us for the film, they get a workbook and they get all kinds of other activities to implement it. So although we're talking about the cast like Bob Proctor and Joe Vitale and John DiMartini and Marie Diamond and all the big names, and John Ostroff and everybody, Bob Doyle, the truth is the most important person in that movie is you. And unless you can figure out how to implement those strategies, like, it's just entertainment. So we decided to take it to the next level to make it successful. Now, let me maybe share what I'm going to be talking about. You kind of alluded to the fact that I'm known as the modern day Napoleon Hill. Kind of what that means is I went out and I conducted direct one-on-one interviews with more than 400 of the world's top business leaders and entrepreneurs. Many of your listeners, I think, are business owners, right? Or have some sort of an entrepreneurial spirit about them. One of the things that most people don't know that I was able to do with those interviews of the top achievers is, as a 19-year-old, I was able to generate my first $1.6 million in 6 months. As a 19-year-old, underneath the support of those particular mentors. Like, wealth is always a team sport. So those that we learn from really directly impact how we perceive the world, the standards that we set for ourselves, the opportunities we see, and how we react. And so what I've been able to do since that time as a 19-year-old, I'm obviously not 19 anymore, but I've been able to now increase my income to be over 8 figures per year in passive income, meaning that I don't do a job to get my money. And I guess for those of you who are maybe right now worried, oh no, this is all going to be about online funnels and the technology that I need to know and all that kind of stuff. The truth of the matter is the majority of my passive income streams are offline. In fact, in the realm of business or real estate or investment or intellectual property. So if you're a coach or a speaker, how do you maximize and really utilize your intellectual property to make you the money? So the majority, like I do make a lot of money online, but the majority is offline. And I'm going to show you some really cool things that anyone can do, whether, again, you're just starting a business or someone who's built a business and has been in business for a long time, how to make it more passive so that you can literally manage your life and your business in a shorter period of time. In fact, some of the things that I'm going to share are in direct opposition to what a lot of the gurus today are teaching. And in fact, you've heard the idea of take massive action, right? Why I say that that's garbage, right? This idea of hustling, grinding, waking up early, that's not the goal. You started your business so you could have some freedom. So I don't want you to take massive action. I want you to take deliberate, calculated action, specific things that you could do. Right? Some things that you can implement that are going to make a difference. See, productivity isn't a matter of doing more. It's actually doing the right things and knowing what to do that's going to make the biggest impact. So I'm going to show you that and teach you exactly what you're going to need to do. No fluff. Let's get to the heart of the matter and let's make you guys some money. That's the goal.
Well, Doug, one of the things that I say here at the event is that people tend to underestimate. And I'm talking not only the people that attend, but most importantly, the speakers and the exhibitors themselves, is the power of the networking opportunities that are in the room and how many people you can connect with.
Absolutely.
I will say that Doug, since we met in the UK a few years ago, he's always been a very, very generous man. He's always been very outgoing in providing, helping, supporting in any way that he can. And And I'm very grateful to you for that, because he's also done it again this time. He's connected me well. Luckily, thanks to him, we kind of agreed to get Jack to come in. Excuse me, Jack Canfield, and quite a few other people that you've introduced me to. So I want to thank you for that, because you're very generous with your time. And
well, your work's awesome, and I'm glad to have you as a friend, and I'm happy to continue to support that. So this is a good thing that you're doing. So I hope everybody will tune in and share it with their friends.
Well, thank you, Doug. So listen, we're looking forward to your talk, and we're looking forward to the panel with the movie, and we're very excited to have you here. Please make sure that in your booth you share whatever it is that you want to share, because we've got people here throughout the week coming and going, and they can download and connect. But also, obviously, this is going to be recorded, and even your talk will be recorded so people can watch it afterwards. So, Doug, is there anything else you would like to add?
No, I just want everybody to have fun. And I kind of love what John was saying in the last one about this idea of implementing. The truth of the matter is there's two things that are going to make you successful. One of them, you don't have control over, and that's the correct strategy. These are the things you're going to gain from the expo, right? You've got master teachers here that are going to unfold to you the actual how-to of what you need to do. But the other thing, the second thing, you have all the control over. We don't, you do. And that's your willingness or your commitment to actually get out there and do something with it. So just recognize that it really includes those elements. And if you're not willing to do anything, I mean, all this information that you're getting is absolutely worthless to you. Right? So you need to make a plan of how you're going to implement this. Don't just feel good about what you're hearing. Really bring it into your life and ask yourself the question, how can this fit to my life, my business, my relationships, my whatever it is you're trying to create, your abundance, your wealth? And that's really the goal. So kind of think about this really. It's kind of like training for the main event, right? You're gaining all this training, and now you need to actually go out and execute. So just keep that in mind. And if you do that, I think there's a lot of brilliant speakers. Many of them are close friends of mine, people that I know quite well. So those that are coming here for power, you're getting it. You're going to get it. But it's only going to become real power as you take it away and do something with it.
Absolutely. Wise words. Doug, thank you so much. Looking forward. See you in a couple of days. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Take care.
Bye. All right, so we're going to jump into my next guest, because we're running a little bit tight on here time. So my next guest is Michelle Dewsbury, and I'm going to bring her in because, that's it. And then I'll start telling who she is. Michelle, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing wonderful, Bernardo. Good to see you again. How are you?
Well, so much better for seeing you, Michelle. And I've got to say, you look stunning. You're looking very good.
Thank you.
Whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
I just got a facial. My esthetician was doing house calls, so super excited about that. Definitely have to plan good stuff for yourself, right?
Absolutely. Well, so Michelle is an international philanthropic speaker, author, and breakthrough coach. In May 2014, she took her first humanitarian trip to Guatemala, where she helped an orphanage on the Rio Dulce. Her next mission trip book took her to Kenya, Africa, and Kidsmani, a nonprofit that focuses on bringing hope and sustainable change to impoverished communities. So, Michelle, the reason I wanted you here is because out of, there's many speakers that are doing so many great things, but I wanted to give you the opportunity to obviously share who you are and what you do, because I'm what you do is phenomenal. And, remember you were trying to get to the Expo in March and you were stuck in Africa. I think it was Sierra Leone. You were trying to get back, from working over there. And you were texting me, you're stuck in that airport, you're stuck in this airport. You didn't know if you're going to get back. So, no, kudos to you. You do some amazing work. So tell us what you do.
Well, thank you. First off, I do want to thank you, Bernardo, for having me on your stage and your platform, because the Best You Expo, everybody listening, this is an amazing opportunity to connect with so many great speakers. And just like you heard from Doug and John Shin, there are some golden nuggets that you can take. So make sure to register, make sure to watch as many amazing speakers as you can, because as John said, we have an abundance of time right now. So if we don't utilize the time, then we're going to be at the end of this pandemic without a new business, without anything substantial, and then stuck in the same rut. And we definitely don't want that to happen. So thank you so much, Bernardo. I run a nonprofit organization called Unsilenced Voices. We help survivors of domestic violence and sexual abuse. We are in 3 countries. We just expanded to Rwanda today, which was awesome. Just sent them money yesterday. So we're implementing programming. So we're in Sierra Leone, Ghana, Rwanda. We're fiscal sponsors for an organization in the Netherlands, Nepal, and then we're also going to be doing events and providing resources to survivors in the United States as soon as we're allowed to do in-person events. And I also help people overcome obstacles. So I myself was a survivor of domestic violence, and I use my story to impact and empower people. I primarily work with women, but I have worked with a lot of men in the past as well. And I'm doing a lot of private coaching right now, which is kind of cool. One of my clients just was interviewed on 60 Minutes. So it's pretty amazing. And I love seeing people who work hard on their mental health be able to grow and monetize their intellectual property.
Well, thank you, Michelle. So, the reason I wanted to give you at least the mic for a few minutes was to do this. So, and please make sure, Michelle, that you share kind of what you do within the chat, within the Best You Expo. I highly recommend that all of you reach out to all the other exhibitors, because they all have some great expertise. And I really recommend that you contact Michelle. She does some great work. And I've been a deep admirer of what you do, and congratulations. And when are you speaking? I think you're also involved in some panels, are you?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm actually facilitating a panel for the Best You Expo in an hour, you guys. So it's okay. Rock star women who have been able to grow their business in 2020. So it's going to be Angel Tussey, Melanie McSally. Let's see if I can say her name correctly. And Frahana Cannon. So really awesome women that I've traveled with and spoke with. So that's going to be today at 12 p.m. Pacific time. I'm also speaking tomorrow at 1 p.m. and Thursday at 12 p.m., both talking about how to overcome obstacles. And I'm going to be giving you a 5-step process to be able to do so you can create even more success in your life.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Michelle. Congratulations. And make sure that you press record. And Michelle, so when you do your talk, if you're doing it Zoom or you're using this platform, but if not, and that's the beauty of the platform, that once these talks are finished, it doesn't mean that you can't watch them. You can just register and then you can watch them afterwards. So that's the beauty of it, and connect with each other. Michelle, thank you so much. And I'll see you around.
Thank you so much, Bernardo. See you soon.
Bye. So, guys, we're going to wrap it up now, and we've got our next speaker, which is Dr. Fab, joining us in a few minutes. So I'm going to interrupt here, and I'll see you in the main stage in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to end with a very quick closing video, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
For more information, go to www.thebestyou.co.